Hi, I'm Diane, and I'm a retired school teacher, very active with lots of interests outside the home and volunteering. Well, it was 2 years ago, and I had been seeing a renowned chiropractor in another town for 13 years, and I was experiencing some unusual pain, and I said, I think it's time that we have some x-rays of my hips, since that had been a family problem. And he sort of poo-pooed that suggestion and said, you are a widow, you live alone, you don't eat right, so it's all diet. And I left that office in pain and decided I would not be back. But I did not know what I was going to do. And I was attending a class at the senior center in Monmouth, and one of the members in that group knew Virginia socially, and she said, you might like to see her. So I went right home and Googled Dr. Virginia Shapiro in Corvallis, Oregon. And what I read, I liked. So I gave the office a call, and Dan sent me a packet of information to fill out. And I came, and it's been amazing. Well, because Virginia had read the stuff that I submitted, when I walked in, she said, you either have metastasized cancer or spinal stenosis. And within 3 days, an MRI was ordered, and the diagnosis was spinal stenosis. And her words were, we can treat that. Virginia is very thorough, and so of course she wanted to see the lab work that I'd had done medically. And for as long as I can remember, with any blood work that I've had done, there was always a little H by the amount of calcium in my blood, and nobody had ever been concerned about that. But she said, have you ever had a parathyroid hormone level test? And I had not. So she ordered that, and sure enough, the levels of parathyroid hormone in my blood were very high. And so I needed to see an endocrinologist, and then I was sent for tests up at OHSU, and sure enough, there was a tumor on one of the parathyroid glands, and that was surgically removed 1 year ago. And in the meantime, I have been able to, with diet and following her instructions, be able to lay down more bone so that my osteoporosis is not as severe as it was. There's still room for improvement. We're working on that, but certainly that needed to be taken care of. And had she not uncovered that, it probably wouldn't have happened. I've really benefited from the use of microcurrent therapy that Virginia uses in her practice, and that has really contributed to me being pain-free most of the time. Well, it's always pleasant to have an appointment with Dr. Shapiro because her practice is very welcoming. Her husband does a terrific job of managing the office, and they have this lovely garden. So if there's a wait time, it's possible to walk through the garden and admire the flowers. And once I was admiring a penstemon that was an unusual blue color, and because I liked it so much, she offered to get me one at the farmer's market the next Saturday, and did so. And I have that in my garden, and it's just a reminder of that unusual care and thoughtfulness that you experience with Virginia.